don't know what we can talk about in this nation without talking about white superiority, honestly.
Who defines the meaning of God also defines the relationship between economy and God.
African Americans spent $1.3 trillion last year, making us the 16th wealthiest nation in the world. Why have we not turned those riches into wealth to develop our community?
Peace, family. Oh, so nice to see, well, not see you guys, but to feel you guys' energy. You know how it is when Mfundishi Jhutyms and I get together. This is my man right here. Okay, so family, Mfundishi Jhutyms, because he is a man of 12,000 classes. Okay, we got a limited time with this brother, so we're gonna kind of have some, I'm gonna say a quick notes, and we're gonna go ahead and get started. First off, peace out to Divine Damon. I see Kumbi was in this chat, couldn't wait. Thank you. And I see our man Mike Uno, Lucio, Wolfman Lou, any of those names. I see you in the house, and Mark. All right, family. So first of all, make sure you are liking and sharing this video. Okay. Nothing get done in this day and age without people liking, sharing, and commenting on videos. All right. Please share this video. You're about to get a lot of information. So please, family, send it to at least, like Jabari Ozazi says all the time, you got to do things, and you have to do things in 3. Send it to at least 3 people. Okay. Also, if you are not connected to the newsletter, I don't know what you're doing at this point. Come on, family. You have to just go to happyfilm.com, hit the get connected button. Okay. Then your email is there, and then we have it so we can have, direct communication with you, because, at some point, Twitter and Facebook, all these things, sometimes they go away, and we still need to have a way to contact the family and let them know about stuff. So please, family, if you are not connected, get connected. Also, we got the super sale. Okay, I have another little HAPI special. I'll show it to you later on during the event, but during the episode. But family, make sure if you got your gear, listen, let's go, fam. Supercell, happyfilm.com. I see you, Tina's in the house. Kevin Simmons. Oh, we have Conscious Living. What's up, Conscious Living? And all the way from Kentucky. That's what's good. Strawberries in the house. All right, fam. And I see Shago. We have another trip planned because of the trip that we had last time. Everyone couldn't come. It was like, as soon as we got back, we got like flooded with a bunch of people seeing what was going on. It was like, oh my God, I want to go. So we have another trip that we will be hosting in November. And I am going to, if I can, there we go. I'm going to just show this to you guys. Oh, maybe I'm not going to show it to you guys. Okay. Okay, here we go. All right. We are going November 2nd to the 9th. Right there. Yep. November 2nd to the 9th. It's going to be nice. We in and out. It's nicely priced. And like our prices is $42.99 for a double and $5,500 for a single. But that includes everything. You leave from New York, that's everything. All right. So some of you guys that's been saying you coming. I ain't seen you coming. And I ain't going to call out no names, Tina Tillman. Okay. But I want to see you in the house. It's going to be great. The weather's going to be great. So family, please. And I'm going to talk a little bit more about this towards the end of the show. So yeah, right there, November 2nd through November 9th, family. And there's a lot of people that are in the chat that actually have, they've rolled with us. So right here, November 2nd to the 9th. All right. Okay. So we're just going to, without further ado, we're just going to bring on Mfundishi Jhutyms, okay? Hey, Mfundishi Jhutyms.
Imhotep, Uncle Johnson Neb, Duarte.
Thank you. Listen, you got like 1,000 things going on. So thank you for saying yes. And thank you for, just being Mfundishi Jhutyms. You always bring us knowledge in a happy way. You know what I'm saying? You know, like you're not like, oh, this is Kemet. Like you bring the energy. Anybody around you can testify to your energy. So thank you for for gracing us at the HAPI Talks.
Yes.
All right. You want to well, wait, okay, before we get started, just lay out the next couple events that you're doing.
Okay, next couple of on May 11th, I'm going to be at Nicholas Bookstore in Brooklyn, New York, talking about Kemet and Kush. Kush, ancient Nubia. Kemet is the parent of ancient Kemet, and I'm going to go through all of that information. That's here. That's May 11th.
Okay.
In June, I'm taking another group to Kemet. So that's from June 6th to June 20th. I'll be going to Kemet. And we'll be doing some places, going to Nacha Playa, going out to Mahez and places like that. Then, we have the summer at Brooklyn Academy of Music, but also International African Arts Festival. May 18th, I got a group going to Boston. So we're going to the Boston Museum.
That's right.
And two museums in Boston while we're there. We're going to Sister Nateri Shrine and another African American museum, which is dedicated to Kemet in Boston. So that's May. And then 19th will be at Malcolm X's gravesite in New York and doing a program. It's be our 59th program celebrating the life of Malcolm X, El Haj Malik El Shabazz. Then I know in August, I'll be going to Ghana. I have a troop going to Ghana. And then in November, I'll be going to Brazil. Wait.
How you just slip in Ghana and Brazil? We ain't talk about this.
Yeah.
Hey.
So Ghana in August and then Brazil towards November 20th. So I think we leave after your HAPI trip comes back.
Okay.
You come back on November 9th. We leave around the 15th. Of November, because we celebrate Zumbi of Palmares, the most famous revolutionary of Brazilian history, Zumbi of Palmares. They have a Zumbi festival on November 20th.
Okay. When you did this before,
yeah,
because I remember you sent me pictures and I was like, wow, that weather looks good.
And the people in Brazil can't get enough of us, Every place I went, it was like standing room only. Mfundishi coming, Mfundishi Jhutyms. Boom, they can't speak no other English. The only English word they know is Mfundishi Jhutyms, and that's not even English.
I love it. I'm glad that they said your whole name. Like that's what's up. Okay. All right, Mfundishi Jhutyms. All right, well, we're gonna go ahead and get started.
Let's get started because we got things to do.
Yes.
We talked about the dance of the gods. I call it the dance of the creator in human form. That's the same as saying like the dance of the god, because we are gods in human form. So I need people to say that. All right, next.
Yes.
Now, I want to make people clearly understand that we are carbon-based units. We are made up of all the minerals that are made in the universe. So there's 4 particular minerals that exist in all of the galaxies. There's over 100 billion galaxies. So our Milky Way galaxy is actually a small galaxy in the sphere, in the family of galaxies. Just like we got over 100 million stars in our galaxy, there's over 100 million galaxies. But carbon, hydrogen, nitrogen, and oxygen exist in all of them. And that's who you are made of. So when we hear people say you are sun children, you're the children of the sun, we really mean that. So I'm trying to show you here. You can look this up. So we are carbon-based people. So people need to understand. You're made of these minerals. So that's why I said you need to understand the mineral domain. From the spirit domain to the mineral domain, then to the plant domain, then to the animal, then to the human. Next. I wanted people to see this map, even though it's upside down, I'm showing you the gradation of colors in terms of skin colors of melanin. So you can see based upon, you look at the equator going across, so all the people, the whole continent is black of Africa. So from dark black to a very light brown, we have all those shades in between. Then you can see as we travel through the southern Asia, you see all those people are black. Some of the other blackest people in the world are in India. and places like that. If you move all the way to Papua New Guinea, all the way out to Tasmania, Australia, all black people. Original people in South America, you look, all black people. Central America, all black people. Only in the upper, above the Tropic of Capricorn and there, you see the lighter colors gradation. So 2,000 years ago, the world was almost just like this because people weren't traveling like they are today. So if you came from these regions, these colors was basically what people look like. Now people have, migrated, translation, colonization, stuff like that. So it's kind of like mixed up. But this was the original chart. So I want people to see that.
Wow. Wow.
And next to Kemet, where they're trying to say Kemet was white people, is the Sudan, where the blackest people in the world are. And they're the one who founded Kemet. Okay, all right, so go ahead. We won't spend no more time.
Yeah, this is crazy talk, but go ahead.
And now you can see, I wanted to show by looking at this beautiful silhouette of the sister, you see the various different shades of melanin. And here I show the power of melanin. We got people, melanin is worth more than gold and uranium and platinum per ounce, okay? And so I'm trying to show you all the positive benefits of melanin. The pineal gland produces melatonin and serotonin, okay? African people have the most active pineal gland of any people on the planet. All children have an active pineal gland, but as you become adults, they become calcified. They can become calcified by the way you think, what you're eating, and the climates that you live in, and things of that nature. And there's ways, just like it can be calcified, you can decalcify your brain. Go ahead. Next. So now, the Twa, who are these people? The San, the Khoi, the San Khoi, the Bush, the Botswana, the Twa, all of these people represent the very short people on the planet. They are the oldest people on the planet Earth. Their DNA is the original Homo sapien sapien. And everybody who's on this planet is a child of them. So I just need you, if you go all the way out to Japan, China, the South Pacific, all of these places, these are the people that moved out of Africa, and you can see them as hunters and gatherers. You see them in family clans. You see them as musicians. They're doing the dance of the gods here, and then you see them at the top as hunters, and then you see the family unit here. Go ahead, next. And I'm showing you different groups of them. You can see all the way across the island, the original people in Ireland, all the way to the left, were the Twa people. Those were the leprechauns. The Europeans came, tried to steal the gold. There's no gold in Ireland. So they brought the gold from Africa with them, and the Europeans came, and they actually bragging about killing and grabbing the leprechauns. And you're running around drinking green beer on St. Patrick's Day, okay? So I'm showing you, these are the original people on the planet. They speak with a click in their language. They have the most sophisticated vowel system and language system that exists of any speaking people on the planet because it's the oldest. The youngest is Hawaii. In Hawaii, I think they only got like 18, 19 different sounds in their speaking language. So we go from the oldest here to, like in Hawaii, the youngest. Next. Now, how are they depicted in ancient Kemet? So I show you what they look like really. Now I show you all the different gradations in Kemet. You see them as dancers. You see them as musicians. You see them as warriors. You see them as protectors. You see them as the protector of children and protector of women. Next. So again, all of these are depictions of the Twa people in ancient Kemet. There's literally thousands of these pictures. The first best is Heru Best in ancient Kemet. The first temples and columns were built in Kemet were done by them, the Twa people. Okay, next. Again, I'm showing you, and this I put up about 40, but there's literally thousands of pictures of them depicting the Twa people. No full court was complete without the Twa. And I remember the San Khoi, and they exist from the Sahara all the way to South Africa, the Kalahari, and into South Africa. So that's the whole African continent. They were moving around, okay, and intermingling. You can see even down here, there's a picture of the soul, the Ba bird, as the Twa.
Oh, wow.
Go ahead. Next. Again, I wanted to show you wall paintings showing the Twa doing the dance of the gods up to the top left-hand corner. And then you can see them migrating and different families of them, even as they moved across the South Pacific and into all the way towards Guinea and moving towards below Australia and Tasmania and all across there. You see the same people, the Twa. The original inhabitants of the 7 islands of Japan were the Sand people. Okay, next. These are wall paintings. These are not, I didn't just go get some ink and start painting up on the wall to try to fake y'all out. These are real wall paintings from around the world. As the Twa migrated out, they left paintings and stuff of them traveling, left paintings of them doing their dance. Remember, their dance of the gods, because they were in tune with nature. So they played all the instruments we see today. They played the flute. They played the drums. They had a string instrument like a harp, like a banjo. They played all these different instruments, and the whole family would be involved, from the children all the way. Even the rattle that we have, like a baby's rattle, was done by them, and it was later brought into ancient Kemet. And so now you even put that when the baby hears that rattle, it's like he's hearing the sounds of the gods, and the baby could be entertained for hours just playing with that little rattle.
Wow.
Okay. Next. Okay, this is showing this migration again, how we left Africa. From the Central Africa, we went east, north, west, south, and we left going across Arabia, and we left going towards Kemet. So we had 2 main exits that we left, going across into Yemen, Arabia, and then up to Kemet, going through what we classify today as the Middle East. So this is how the Africans left, and they traveled. So you're going to see all Black people, all Southern Africa. Early in Homo erectus, we had Neanderthal and Denisovan. They don't exist on the African continent. They thrived inside of Europe after they left Africa. They died out in Africa, so there's no remains of them. But they began to flourish, and they got caught in the Ice Age. And so they lived through 2 ice ages. So that kind of morphed them. So they were shorter, thicker, hairier. African people are the least hairiest people on the planet because we didn't need it in the hot sun. Yeah. And the woolly hair is to protect you from the sun. So Black people have woolly hair, curly hair, and straight hair. Like the Indians are like Black white people. They're Black and you know, but they have the features just like Europeans. Okay, and so as we move across. Well, okay.
Oh.
That's all right. Going all the way through Papua New Guinea. So all around here, if you're in Papua New Guinea, it's like you're in the Congo in Africa. The same people, same groups. Look, the tribe look just like these pictures are taken from Papua New Guinea.
Wow, they look at the other pictures you showed us.
Yes, you know. So I'm just trying to show you these are the people that migrated across and populated the whole planet. So when I say they do the dance of Kemet, they did the spiritual dance for the world.
Wow, for the world, yes.
Okay. All right, next. Go ahead. And you saw the Solomon Islands, all of that. All of these are these same people. So this power of the DNA in your hair, the word in Medu Netra for hair is nappy. So I know some, you know, I remember my mom telling me, boy, do something with that nappy hair. You know, if I had known what I know now, I would say, yeah, thank you, Mom. I'm leaving it just like this. So just trying to show you the nappy is a coil. Your hair is an extension of your nervous system. There are the antennas that reach out into the world. Your hair is an extension of your nervous system. I need you to make sure you understand that. Okay? So you don't want to be permanent and frying it, baking it, stewing it, and whatever you do to your hair, let it go natural. Okay. All right. Go ahead. Blackness gave birth to light. There was darkness and then came light. So it's not the other way around. It was light and then you turn the lights out. No, it was dark and light comes from darkness. The womb of the woman is the most sacred place on the earth. When you believe this, when you know this, you cannot allow an unqualified man inside of you, ladies. Make sure that you are earning your worth and that people who are your partner are people who respect you mentally, physically, and spiritually.
You said unqualified man.
Right.
Wow. We gotta come back. That's gonna be another little presentation you're gonna have to give.
An unconscious man leaving the seed in you. See, because different from a male, if a male has sex with a woman, the woman's imprint is not left with the man. When he finishes, he's ready to go into the next one. But when he leaves a woman, his imprint is still in her. And so, you know, she's carrying carrying him with her, even though might not even be together no more, you know. So you just make sure that you're with the right person.
Absolutely.
Yeah. I'm every race wrapped into one. They teach us that you will last when you were actually first and you created them. So that's how I kind of opened up with this. So you see this sister, she's everybody all in one. Go ahead, next. They taught you about, let me just say this statement. Almost everything that the Wazungu has taught you, you have to turn it around. Don't throw it away.
But wait, you got to define the Wazunga, because some people may not know. Okay,
the Wazungu are foreign Euro-Asiatics. Not just Europeans, Euro-Asiatics, foreign who are alien to Africans, who are actually, in some cases, the enemy of African people, because they are envious of your color, they're envious of your ingenuity, they're envious of your melanin, what you can do with melanin. So they've taught you that 666 was evil, the mark of the devil, when technically 666 is the mark of the human, the original man. That's 6 protons, 6 neutrons, 6 neutrons. The carbon that makes melanin people's skin brown or shades of black. So it's just the opposite. So a lot of times, whatever they tell you, you got to turn it around. They tell you white is beautiful and black is bad. No, turn that around. You know, they tell you that black is inferior. No, black is much more superior. They tell you that we can't think like they think. No, nobody thinks as quick as a black person. The synapses in your brain, your reflexes are quicker than anybody's on the planet.
Absolutely.
Right. You know, so they try to have you they trick you to thinking, okay, you're good in sports. Okay, yeah, you can do that with a basketball and a soccer ball, but we own the office field. No, that's because you don't let us in there. If you let us in there, we'll do inside of the stock office room what we did on the basketball court. Yep. We'll do inside of the trading room what we did on the football field. Because in order to think like the way Gale Sayers moved or O.J. Simpson moved on the football field, that has to be thought of first. You got to think that movement, and then you turn it into reaction. So if you're telling us we're superior physically, you don't realize you're telling us we're superior mentally also, because mental controls the physical.
Absolutely.
Next.
Absolutely.
Okay, now I want you, once we had a great mastery of nature, creating science, we took creativity, and then once we mastered the science, we took that creativity on the road. So I want you to look. You see these trees in the background? Those began the columns on the temples. The columns on your temple were imitating these trees in the forest. At the bottom, you see clumps of bamboo. You see them cut over here. When we went inside of Saqqara, they made the columns look like bamboo, like this. So I'm trying to show you, we saw nature first. We were always imitating nature. So look at the spiral. Look, I'm showing you natural phenomena of pi, 3.14. Natural phenomena of that in nature, from an acorn to a shell, to the Milky Way, to the way plants grow. Your DNA, all of this is imitating nature. The veins in your body, the arteries in your lungs and all of that is imitating nature. So I wanted you to see it because I know I can say it, but people don't see it. But now you can see. Go, next. We took that nature, and now we turned it into our architecture. So when you want to see the high science of Kemet, you see it in their buildings, and you see it in their structure, their statues and carvings. So the whole pyramid is based upon the golden means. The Heru Emaketi, 10,000 plus years old, based on the golden means. the statues, like a Tutankhamun statue or the statue of Ursa Ma'atra, all based symmetrically perfect, based on pi, phi, the golden means. We were imitating nature everywhere to a centimeter. A centimeter is a drop of water. 1 centimeter is a drop of water. A drop of water is the same every place on the planet. So we can use that as a symbol of a measurement of how we can measure things. So the pyramids in Mexico is based on the centimeter, just the way the pyramid in Egypt is, just the way Angkor Wat is in Asia, just the way South and Central America is. So we mastered our science, and then we took it on the road. None of those indigenous people made that up. And when we left, you realize they could never do it again. It's just there. When you go to Mexico and you see the pyramids, it has the same base as the pyramid in Egypt. And it's directed true north. So whoever the engineer and architecture were the same people. Okay. Well, we're not putting all that together. But pi, phi, the golden means. If you see here to the right at the bottom, you see the flower of life. Inside of that, the Ankh is inside of that. Next slide. Now you see the flower of life over there. There's at the Ourstorian temple in Kemet. The Ourstorian temple is behind in the back. It was totally buried by mud and silt from the overflow of the Nile. There's no writing on that whole temple. The only symbol on that temple, which might be 10, 12,000 years old since the last flood, is the golden flower.
Oh, wow.
That symbol in the right is the only symbol there. That's high mathematics. That's the only symbol on there, no writing there. So this is before we even bought our writing system. We were mathematicians. At the center here, you see the Shango bone that was found in Congo. It's 30,000 years old. It's showing complex math problems, groupings of 5s, 7s, 9s, showing complex math. 30,000 years ago. I don't think caveman was doing sophisticated math and algebra and stuff 30,000 years ago.
Yeah, I don't think so.
In the center, you see every drawing we done was done on the grid. Every statue was done on the grid. So it can be symmetrically perfect no matter what we were doing. You had Abba symbol and you saw statues 40 feet high. As perfect as the statues that were 4 feet high.
Absolutely.
Because they're done on this mathematical grid and they understood ratios.
Yeah, Abu symbol was breathtaking.
Look at the human face. What we consider is to be pleasant, no matter what ethnic group is. If it's not done like in the golden means and pi, that person don't look good. So the symmetry between the eye, nose, lips, no matter what ethnicity, beautiful people all follow this pattern of nature of the golden means. Okay. So I'm just trying to show you, just like a shell, a flower, an acorn, all of that. Next slide. It's just sacred geometry. That's all. I was just saying sacred geometry in the Ankh. You can see that the symbols, the circle, just like in the golden means. So it's not like just a circle with a line going through it in a bar. Everything has to be symmetrically laid out. Okay, because this also is an electrical charge and can give off energy and vibration and frequency. Next. Some black girls believe they got eyes like Asians. No, Asians got your eyes. Okay, so I'm just trying to. You see, these are the Twa people from Central and Southern Africa. Look at them. You would think you're in China or someplace. No, these are all African people on the continent of Africa. And you can see all Asiatics, people who we call like the Orient, China, Chinese, Korean, Japanese, all of them favor these characteristics from Africa. From Africa. Go ahead, continue. Stop being scared of the spirit world. You're going to visit there anyway. Everybody, you know what I'm saying? Y'all all scared. Ooh, that's spooky. No, you're going anyway. Just get prepared now. Okay. We are the gods. Man is the seed of life. Woman is the portal of life. Man, we give the seed. Woman, you are the portal, the field in which it grows. Okay. So
you're going to go there anyway. But you know what? But listen, you bring up a good point, because a lot of times all the things that we've done for thousands and thousands and thousands of years, it's like now under white supremacy, it's like they're trying to disconnect us from the stuff that we already
been doing.
Yeah. And those things are important. Astrology, all those things help us lead better lives.
Now, when they get into it, they call it New Age. And New Age for us is stuff we were doing 4,000 years ago.
Exactly.
Right. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
Next.
Yeah. Okay. You said next.
The cosmic blueprint. We are living in a universe of abundance. The universe holds the building blocks to everything. The universe is continually expanding. There is enough abundance for all. Our rich people think there's a scarcity. They want to kill millions of people because they don't want to share resources. Okay, so we have to understand there's enough room for everybody on the planet. Exactly. Think about it. Everybody's all crowded into little cities, and then you can travel for 100 miles with no trees, no nothing, Next. Here, we're not going to spend a lot of time on this. I just want to show you. I already talked about this. What I want to do is document this, because I know people will be saying, okay, maybe Mfundishi made some of this stuff up. No, we document all of this. The Nkai, which is like almost a word for power and strength, or some of the original Chinese people coming. The Ikong San. Look, that's even the same name that's in Africa, that the Chinese people call themselves that. Certain ethnic groups. Here, the Hai Maiao, you see here. These are the ancient groups of Japan, China, Korea. Next. 35,000 years ago, a group from Africa, later known as the Joman, took over the route in which entered Japan. They became the first humans to inhabit the Japanese islands. You have the 7 islands of Japan. This is what the first people look like.
Wow, look at the hair. Okay, all right.
You look like you belong to that tribe,
I know, that's I'm like, okay, here it is.
Philippines and Guinea. Look, these are the original people in the Philippines and Guinea, not the lighter skinned people who came there today. All of these are done from the Philippines and Guinea. Go ahead. Next. So Papua New Guinea, Solomon Islands, all of that continue. In Australia, you see, the original Arabs were Africans. Arab simply means your first language is Arabic. So, that's not an ethnic group. So the original Arabs were black, and now you have the Asiatics who moved in and learned Arabic, and now they have an Arabic culture. So the language and the culture makes you an Arab, not your ethnicity. So-called Latina. We created Latin. Indians, black people. Asian, the original Asians, black people. Go. I just want to show y'all Cro-Magnon man. You look here. When they go back, it was an African. The first Europeans, the first Russians. Russians showing you these pictures themselves now. The first Russians in the Russian culture were all black people. All right, go ahead. Next. So we populated Europe and Asia. People just need to clearly understand that. This is Ireland. So you're the Scottish, the red hair and the freckles and stuff. Those were Africans coming in. Okay. Next. Here, they're showing mythological. So I'm showing you China, Russia, Cambodia, Vietnam, Thailand, Rome. Yes, the original Romans, the Etruscans, were there first. But then you have India, Mexico. The name India used to be called Western Ethiopia. So they knew that they came from Ethiopia. The Dravidians, they understood that. So they did the dance of the Trois also. Next, Mexico, Egypt, all of them. Okay. The Olmec heads, we're honoring them. We didn't come to enslave nobody. We came to bring our science to the world. And so you see these, what are there, 20-something giant heads of Africans in Mexico and Central America, Colombia, and places like that.
Yeah, I think it was 20 or 21. I can't remember what Dr. Renoka Rashidi said, because he's seen all of them and he photographed all of them.
Next. The oldest, go back one more. At the bottom here in the center, that's Lucia woman. She's the oldest skull that they found in North America here of an African woman over 25,000 years ago. So I know the Moors like to say we're the original inhabitants of North America, and they're true. We are. But we didn't start here. Everybody start from Africa. They got it like the first man came from here, like we was birthed here. The first one. No, we migrated here through boat and through walking, but we are the first inhabitants of Central, North, and South America. Yes.
Yeah, a lot of people don't feel that way. There was actually a couple people in the chat saying, why are we talking about Africa? Because we don't really.
Yeah. Okay, but that's I pray for them. That's all. Go ahead. No, because they don't understand science. Science didn't start man here and then start another man over here and another man over here. Science starts at a spot and then that person migrates and changes.
Mm-hmm.
And here we can see the changes all around the world where we migrated to Asia,
Absolutely.
North America, South America. We are the original inhabitants of all the places on the planet. So yes, we were the first inhabitants of North America, the first inhabitants of South America.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, and the first inhabitants of Europe. So we need to clearly understand that. Okay, go ahead. Here, show Africa in its proper spatial perspective. Here, I'm just showing other African nations before European colonization. So it wasn't just Kemet. You have Kemet, Kush. Here you see Mali. You see the Nok culture. You see all of these different things were in existence all the way to South Africa. So these were nations that were happening simultaneously when Kemet was a nation. Okay, next. Here showing the Quastel incense burner that you will see at the Boston Museum when we go there, showing that ancient Kush, which you call Kush, is the parent of ancient Kemet. So all the paraphernalia that made up the royal court, the royal family, the lineage of the kingship, was all done in ancient Kush first, ancient Kemet, ancient Ethiopia, ancient Nubia. Before, and Kemet inherited that information. This is 400 or 500 years before Narmer united Upper and Lower Kemet. Okay, next.
Yeah, and you know what? And let me just plug this in too. We go into detail about this in our documentary HAPI, the role of economics in the development of civilization, which, by the way, family, is on Amazon Prime. So please support. Just go to Amazon. You can rent it very inexpensively, or you can purchase it and check this out. But we go into detail and we show it. It's really nice. All right.
Here, I'm just talking about all the these are musicians you see in the center. You see this is during the second golden age, and you can see all the people. This is the royal court of Mentuhotep. All those people are purple, blue, black. Okay, and you see all the different shades of black people. Okay.
Exactly.
This is from the tomb. Now, this is it. This is inside of the tomb of one of the kings. He shows you the original Kemet, then he shows you Indo-Europeans, then he shows you the Nubians in Sudan, ancient Kush, and then he shows you the Asians. And look at the people from Nubia and Kush in the interior of Africa, and look at the people of Kemet. They're identical. They're the same people. So the ancient Kemet were clear that they were black people from Ethiopia and Kush. Mm-hmm. The Greeks, when they saw us, was clear that the ancient Kemet were black people from Ethiopia and Kush. And all visitors who talked and wrote about ancient Kemet was clear that they were black people with nappy woolly hair that came from the interior of Africa. But right now, Europeans want you to think that the Arabs that come from Asia are the original inhabitants of ancient Egypt. No, they're invaders. That would be like Europeans from Britain saying they were the indigenous Native Americans 1,000 years ago. Now we know that's crazy. Well, that's the same thing with the Arabs. And nobody believed them but them. They don't even believe that. Go ahead. This is another depiction showing the Africans in the interior and the Remets, the original people of Kemet, and they show all of them looking the same. So the Africans in Africa, on Kemet, Kush, Tanecha, and the inside are all looking the same.
Where's this at?
This is inside of one of the tombs of Ursa Ma'atwa, Ramses III.
Oh, that's beautiful. And it's red, black, and green. That's wow. Wow, that's beautiful. Okay.
You know, the colors of Kemet was actually red, white, and blue. America took those colors, yes. Yes.
Okay.
So awakening today is about letting go of the Wazungu Western mindset. It's not so much about stuffing stuff in. It's about letting their stuff go. Today, be thankful and remember how rich you are. Your family is priceless, and your time is gold, and your health is wealth. We must return to a holistic healing system. We got to get rid of the medicines and go back to herbology and understanding the minerals and the plants. Go ahead, next.
Yeah. And by the way, family, listen, you can go to Mfundishi.com because he has classes for herbology, Christology, and a whole bunch of other classes that we'll talk about at the end. But yeah, that's very important. Oh.
We used to depict all of our gods used to look like us. So all godly images look like the indigenous people. Now we are worshiping gods and figures that don't look like us at all, which means you're worshiping somebody else's culture, somebody else's phenotype, and that's why you don't think you have the standard of beauty. But you can see in the ancient world, look at us. Look at Amen right in the center, black. I even saw a slide today where somebody said that Amen was Anunnaki from another planet, come here to slave people. I mean, that's some wild stuff that's out there. And the person who said this is a person who's considered pretty deep. But see, sometimes you say one thing that's real good, and then you start sneaking in some other stuff, and we think all of it's good. No, that's why you got to do your studying yourself.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Yeah. Next. Whenever you're doing history, you need a timeline so that you know when things was happening. So you can see when AHA was uniting Upper and Lower Kemet, there was not one city in Europe, not one city in Asia, not one master culture. Was no architecture and buildings that, not that only that African did. Even when I go to Petra, when we go to Petra, that was done by the Samo people from ancient Kush who had migrated in that area. So I'm just trying to show you, even the stuff we see in the Middle East were done by Africans. Go ahead. So you need a timeline, people, so that you can, like if I look at 600 BCE, at the very end, you see where Tahaka is? All the way here, it says 690. Okay, so before that, there was no Taoism, Buddhism, and Hinduism. All of that came after the Persians conquered Africa, and Persia had the largest empire, and they spread all the way across Asia. And then that's all of a sudden now we got Confucianism, Taoism, Zen, all of that coming from the Africans spreading their knowledge going across Southern Asia. So because I got a timeline, I can see when it came into existence.
Absolutely.
I see when Buddhism came into existence. I see all of that. All are offshoots of what was being taught in Africa.
Yeah. And you know what, family, if you head over to Enoch Hankerson's page on Facebook, he sells all types of timelines. Him and Dr. Radoka Rashidi put timelines together. They're very, very nice. Enoch Hankerson. Okay.
Africa 8,000 years ago. Look at the bottom. Europeans 8,000 years ago. African temples in Kush 3,000 years ago. A European temple 3,000 years ago. Okay, so
you know you ain't right. Mfundishi Jhutyms, you ain't right for this picture right here.
Okay, all right. Move on next. I'm just trying to show you. That's why you need a timeline.
Damn.
Okay. All right. This is one of my many trips to Kemet. You can see me in the bottom here. These are all statues and carvings from the first golden age, except from the first golden age. So our writing, our art, we started out full blown because we inherited this knowledge from other Africans from the interior. So Kemet started, and then each generation after the fifth middle period and stuff began to get lesser and lesser and lesser.
Yeah. So you know what, family? Let me just take a quick break for just a quick second. Number one, first of all, Mfundishi Jhutyms, are you okay? You have allergies over there? Do I need to bring you some tea?
I'm good.
Okay.
I'm good.
Yeah, I don't like this little cough. I don't like this cough. I'm just saying. Okay, yes. And family, listen, please like and share this video. Mfundishi is dropping knowledge right now. And also, family, if you like this programming, please hit that Cash app. Happy Love, Happy Love, Happy Love, Happy Love. You can go to $Happy Film and just, you know, whatever you can give, we appreciate it because everything that we do costs money. And so anything that you're giving us, thank you in advance. And also Mfundishi Jhutyms, King Simon, obviously King Simon does not have our program in notifications, because if he was notified, he would have saw that I talked about the event that he is hosting with you in on May 11th. So family, please, if you can get to NYC right there, Mfundishi Jhutyms will be at Nicholas. Nicholas is owned by this sister who is no joke. I mean, it's the whole family, but the sister that's on Fulton Street, she is no joke. She's bringing everybody up in this place. I saw Riza there was this weekend, but Mfundishi will be there May 11th. Okay, family, please go out there and support not only her, King Simon, Mfundishi Jhutyms, okay? 6 to 9, you're going to be blown away just to be in Mfundishi's energy, and everybody on this chat can talk about your energy, okay? So right here, family, May 11th. And then after this, you can have a whole month with Mfundishi. One, you can sign up for his classes. You can go to mfundishijhutyms.com, and I'll put that up in the chat. He's going to Boston on May 18th, okay? You can roll with him there. So you see him on the 11th, you see him on the 18th, then you go honor Malcolm X on the 19th. Listen, family, our elders are here with us right now, okay? Everyone, some of my elders, they always talk about Dr. Ben, Dr. Clark, because they were hanging. They did stuff, everyone hung. Right now, we had the opportunity to be with our elders while they are here and thriving, okay? So family, please take advantage. Mfundishijhutyms.com.
Okay, I got to wrap up in about 5 or 10 minutes. Okay.
Okay.
And then you can go ahead with the news. Okay.
Okay.
Go ahead.
May 11th. All right. Okay. Go. Oh, wait. Okay. There we go. You got 7 slides left. Okay,
good. All right. In the center here, you'll see this picture. Looks like a cave. You can see, but that's the pyramid text is in there. So one of the oldest spiritual writings in the world. So it's not like Mfundishi Jhutyms is making this up. You can go in there and we take you down. We're happy. We went down in there. When I take people June 6th, we take you down in there. You actually see the pyramid text. Over here is the Tahaka. This was done, Ptah's, resurrecting Ptah to the right. That's in the British Museum. We see to the left here, those statues are done with diorite, the hardest stone known to man outside of diamond. So it shows you the type of work we were doing with the hardest stones in the world. Go ahead, next. Here we take you here. This is the Valley of the Kings and the Valley of the Queens. Here you see Kemet Hatshepsut Amon's mortuary temple and Menchu Hotep's mortuary temple right next to it, right in the center. The Valley of the Kings is to the right. The Valley of the Queens is to the left. In the center here, the two women getting their hair braided, that's Menchu Hotep's wives. Menchu Hotep is the big black brother at the top. So I wrote the book Menchu Hotep and the Spirit of the Magi. At the bottom, you see warriors from ancient Kush and from Ethiopia, from Kemet. They were warriors during the time of Menchu Hotep. Okay, so go ahead. This is the so-called second golden age. So now you see Menchu Hotep. I heard a guy say, well, Menchu Hotep is black like that because they was trying to chase away evil spirits. I said, well, black people once ain't got no evil spirits around us then. Okay. And so that's Menchu Hotep. And you see the two pictures over here is two of his wives. Okay. And you can see.
Oh, I'm sorry.
That's all right. So this is second golden age. Go ahead to the next one. We're going to get a couple more. You are not African because you were born in Africa. You are African because Africa was born in you. Mm-hmm. It's in your genes, your DNA, your entire biological makeup. Whether you like it or not. I know some people don't want to claim Africa, but Africa's already claimed you. Okay. That's the way it is. However, if you was to embrace this truth and with open arms, just how wonderful it would be. Can you imagine African people all around the planet uniting? We would run the whole joint. Couldn't nobody do anything. Go. But as long as we stay divided, then people will be able to control us. Next. Quiet the mind and let the ancestors speak. So meditation is listening. The kingdom of heaven is within, and whosoever shall know it shall find it. This was written thousands of years before the Bible came into existence, and they took these statements and wrote them down in their biblical book. Next. Mutabaraka has a favorite saying. He says, slavery is not part of African history. Slavery interrupted African history. That's a quote. They tried to bury us, and they didn't know we were seeds. And so what you see me, I'm the seeds of our ancestors. You listening to me, y'all are the seeds of our ancestors. Your children are the little sprouts coming up. So we have to feed them and fertilize them. Next.
Absolutely.
All right, I think this is the last one here.
You have one more after this one.
Okay. Know your story. We are an African people from the continent we now call Africa. Some people, that's not the ancient name. Don't get caught up in the semantics. We call it Africa today, okay? Yeah. It's the birthplace of the human civilization. And then you can see the pictures all to the right. And then I like the statement. People often say, motivation doesn't last. Well, I tell them, neither does bathing. That's why we do it every day. Okay? No, people say, well, I heard him for DC one time. Yeah, that was all hot and everything. But I heard him once. No, let me tell you something, people. I don't care if you listen to me lecture every day for 7 days in a row. I'm going to drop some new information on the same topic. Yeah. Information has never been met. Nobody knows it all. And nobody has the limit. And it's still expanding. The nature talks to you. As I'm talking to you, the nature is speaking to me, giving me information while I'm talking to you.
Absolutely.
So you have to get enough. And each time you get inspired, it's like a breath of fresh air. It's like cleanliness. It's just like when you listen to my lesson, it's like you just took a shower. Okay, all good afterwards. Okay, last slide. No, that was it.
That was it.
That was the last one. Yes.
So wait. You have a question right here.
Go ahead.
Can you see it?
Peace and love. Just the master teacher. Is there such thing as called Anunnaki? People, because they have the Sanskrit, and the Sanskrit writing, they talk about the Anunnaki. So I can't emphatically prove it. I'm not an Asiatic scholar, okay? But I can tell you that Sanskrit was created by the ancient Kushites. So they created the Madhu Necha and the Sanskrit. Sanskrit is totally abstract, but they talk about these gods that exist for thousands of years. But I'm not a scholar in that area, so I don't even want to speak on it that much. You need to speak to a scholar in that area. I'm an African scholar, and I know there's a guy trying to say that the Zimbabwe ruins was Anunnaki's house, but he just made that stuff up. Okay. He can't prove none of that. See, I like to deal with stuff that I can prove.
Absolutely.
I'm talking about a person. I can show you his mummy. I can show you his writings. I can show you his statue. Only in the Sanskrit can we substantiate Anunnaki. I don't read Sanskrit, so I have to take somebody else's word for it.
Okay.
So right now, I'm trying to stay in my lane. I'm a Kemetic spiritual African scholar. And I was glad in 2016 when they had the Black Power Awards, I received the highest honor as the best spiritual and sacred science teacher in the country.
Wow.
That was 2016 and 2017, yeah. By our peers and by other scholars, right.
All right.
Yes.
So Mfundishi, real quickly, you got a few minutes. This is Mfundishi's website. It's mfundishijhutyms.com. Okay. And these are the classes that you have going on, because you have something going on.
Right now. In fact, I'm getting ready to go teach now. I'm teaching the class on Menchu Hotep in the spirit of the Magi. So that class is taking place in 5 minutes. That's here in the center. Okay. We have the beginner classes. So if you never had Madhu Necha, you can take our beginner intermediate classes.
It's
and then
good.
Here's our Boston trip.
Yeah, it's good.
Go ahead, feed down. Anymore. This is our trip to Africa in June, to Kemet in June 6th. Go ahead up. Here they can take a trip to our museum here. So we have a cultural museum right here that I'm actually speaking out of right now. If you go on that, it'll take you on the tour of our museum right here. Go ahead.
Yeah, okay.
So people, we teach spirituality. I do weddings. I do ceremonies. Today I did 2 naming ceremonies. I do spiritual readings. The whole list goes on. So go on our website, stay in contact with HAPI, and
Yeah, and family, listen,
you.
yeah, get the spiritual reading with Mfundishi Jhutyms. It's going to change your life. Trust. All right. That's cool. We good,
We're
Mfundishi?
good.
Okay. All right, family. Okay. Well, first of all, just thank you, Mfundishi. Thank you for coming on. I know you got to roll.
Right.
Family, and I'll give everybody all the details.
Okay.
Okay. Thank you. I love you.
All right. Take care.
And I'm bringing some tea down to 125th, man. You can't be sounding like that.
Okay.
All right. All right. Peace.
Peace.
All right, fam. Listen, see, Mfundishi be getting it in. Listen, May 11th, check him out at Nicholas Place in Brooklyn. All right, fam. We have a couple of announcements. First of all, thank you guys for all the Cash App love. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. You, like I said, those things, it goes a long way in terms of getting us, just helping us to maintain what we do over here in HAPI land. I want to give a shout out to all the people that travel with us. This is Lori. She traveled with us. Kumbai was getting it in right here. So family, speaking of traveling, we are getting ready to go back to Egypt because it was just like, it was so many people that wanted to roll with us. And I think when you guys saw us getting it in, and family, please make sure that you are following us on all platforms. And so you can see all the pictures of just what this is just I feel like it's like an eighth of what we were actually doing over there in Kemet. But we're going back November 2nd through the 9th. And, Professor James Small actually summed this up great. He was like probably I just love his point of view about visiting Kemet and taking his pilgrimage, because it's more, this is really an investment in yourself. You get to see so much of who you are, where you've been, where you're going, all of that. It's right there. And so, you want to try to take this trip. It's going to be November 2nd through the 9th, and we're hitting all the spots. We're going to Abu Simbel, one of my favorite places on earth. It's so just, it's just majestic. It's beautiful. So yes, family, you can go to hapifilm.com and get information, or you can just go to HAPI Tours, our official website for this event. Let me just put that up here for you guys. Check it out right there. Check it out. Give more information. Our email, phone numbers on there, so you can chat with us about the, any questions you might have about the event. And also, family, we need for you to make sure that you are connected. You can get connected on HAPI Tours too. If you put in, you want to know information, we'll have your email address, so we can send you information about HAPI events as well. We are having a super sale. We got the super sale right there. Go to hapifilm.com and you can get connected to the newsletter, but you can also take part in the super sale. I think Kumbai was asking, do we have new stuff? I was like, no, we're trying to get rid of we're getting ready to bring in some new stuff. So that's why you can get some stuff right now, right here. This is our HAPI brown on blue women HAPI t-shirt. But I think Kumbi, you probably pretty much have everything that we have. So thank you, brother. But yes, I'm telling you, this right here, it's going to be nice. We took a lot of people this past February. We're not taking that many this time. Okay. So if you want to go, if you're like, oh, I'm thinking about going, you got like 6 months to pay. We have payment plans. We got all that good stuff. So just put down your deposit so that you're part of it, because, we can't guarantee nothing unless you have your deposit in $300. And then we can talk about the rest, family. But it's very important that you get there and that you experience the feeling. That's the piece that's really super important. All right. Peace to Larry Kumbai. I don't know who TH is. Every time I get on here, TH. Okay. Yeah, I'm waiting for you DM me. I need to figure out who you are. And whoever you are, you did come with us to Egypt. Like, what's good? All right. So family, I think we are good. I don't think we have anything else to discuss other than make sure that you are connected. We were streaming on IG. So peace out to the IG family. Thank you guys for signing on. Like, that's what's up. Thank you. So just make sure that you guys are connected to us so that we can get information to you. But again, family, this is going to be great. We're going to the Giza Pyramid, the Valley of the Kings, the Temple of Ramesses III, Queen Hatshepsut. Like we're hitting all the spots. Abu Simbel. It's going to be very, very beautiful. All right, fam. I think we are done. I want to say a special shout out to those who gave us Cash App love. Thank you. Peace to Heru Hassan Kamau Ra. What a name. Yes. My man Lucio Kumbai. Thank you guys. Amir, TH, Lori. Peace to the whole family. All right. Oh, we had Sean Edwards on here tonight. All right. That's what's up. So family, make sure that you are supporting our elders. You can go to Mfundishi Jhutyms.com. Okay. His website is up and running. Make sure you are supporting the brother as much as you can. And Kazi. All right, Miss Kazi. I love you too, Lori. Lori's a girl. Lori wrote a whole book, came to Kemet with us. Didn't know she wrote a whole entire book. Came back. She sent me a whole entire book along with Lucio. Lucio sent me a book. We're going to have family. We're going to have another conversation and bring on some of these authors that have been supporting us forever and talk about their books. So they are straight up authors, like authors. All right. Okay, family. That's it. We are done. All right. So, my brother, Professor Small isn't here. So I will say, I always take his words, but peace and blessings, family. Love you guys.
I don't know what we can talk about in this nation without talking about white superiority. Honestly,
Who defines the meaning of God also defines the relationship between economy and God.
African Americans spent $1.3 trillion last year, making us the 16th wealthiest nation in the world. Why have we not turned those riches into wealth to develop our community?